Alright, let's talk about CERN. If you notice I'm wearing my glasses, that's because I want to seem a little smarter. We're talking about science. I think it fits the video. I really don't need them this close up. They're for far away, but you know, it's fine. This is a video I've wanted to make for a while because there's some very disturbing stuff going on at CERN that I'm sure some people have heard about, but maybe a lot of people haven't. And I'm not just talking about conspiracy stuff. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that CERN themselves have said and are doing, to the point where even Stephen Hawking, before he died, came out and said that what CERN is doing could destroy the universe. So that's the kind of level that we're talking about here. And as a Christian, some of it even seems like it could line up with biblical prophecy. But whether you're a Christian or not, this stuff is very concerning. So let's talk about it. Basically, if you don't know what CERN is, it's a scientific research organization based out of Europe. It's actually the European Organization for Nuclear Research. And what they're most known for is, first of all, they created the World Wide Web. So they created the internet. That's pretty huge. And more recently, they created the Large Hadron Collider, which is the world's largest particle accelerator ever built in history. And what this is it's pretty much a huge pipe that runs in a circle underneath Europe. And what it does is it shoots particles in opposite directions towards each other at near the speed of light, so that these particles will collide with each other. And through these particles colliding and bursting at these speeds, they can study things such as the beginning of the universe, the Big Bang, the moment when God spoke the universe into existence out of nothing. Now, in July 2012, CERN actually discovered with the Large Hadron Collider what they call the Higgs boson particle, a particle that essentially gives mass to everything. And this is nicknamed the God particle because it's believed that this particle is responsible for the Big Bang and the creation of the universe. And they believe this particle is the key to unlocking unlimited energy and the secrets of the universe.
If this exists, as we seem to be getting closer to understanding it does, what would that do? What would that mean?
It may mean we'd be able to unlock limitless energy. Let me just put it that way. It may be that we would understand the next secret of the universe, that we would know, we'd be another step closer to knowing where we came from. We'd be another step closer to understanding the universe itself, which is ultimately quite a mystery to us.
Now, like I said earlier, Stephen Hawking, before he died, came out several times speaking out against this, warning about the dangers of messing with this God particle, pretty much saying that it has the potential to open up a black hole and destroy the universe. He said, quote, "The Higgs potential has the worrisome feature that it might become metastable at energies above 100 BN giga electron volts. Don't ask me what that means. This could mean that the universe could undergo catastrophic vacuum decay, with a bubble of the true vacuum expanding at the speed of light. This could happen at any time and we wouldn't see it coming." Pretty much what he's saying is that this particle could become unstable and open up a vacuum that would expand at the speed of light and destroy everything. Now, as Christians, we know that this won't happen because Jesus gave us, the church, a revelation of the things that will take place in the future. So we know that this isn't what will destroy the universe, but it could do something else, something bad. And what I'm about to say sounds crazy, but it actually isn't a conspiracy. It's actually what CERN themselves have said, and it's that what they are hoping to do with this Large Hadron Collider is open up a portal to other dimensions. This is what the director of research at CERN, Dr. Sergio Bertolucci, has come out and said, that the Large Hadron Collider could potentially open up a door to another dimension, and he said, quote, "Out of this door might come something, or we might send something through it." Now, that was in 2009 when he said that, and since then a lot of weird stuff has happened at CERN, right? These are pictures from above the CERN facility in 2016, right after they turned on the collider for an experiment codenamed Awake, where you can see all these clouds and electricity all gathering directly above the Large Hadron Collider. They've also been talking about how using the collider to open up microscopic black holes would help us with revealing extra dimensions, which again, this is what Stephen Hawking warned about. And not only him, but a nuclear safety officer named Walter Wagner and journalist Luis Sancho actually took CERN to court over this to stop them from starting up the collider, warning them that it could open up a black hole. And as we see, they lost the case and the collider's been turned on many times since then. And CERN isn't the only one doing this. As I make this video, China is about to start building a Large Hadron Collider 5 times bigger than the one at CERN. It's planned to be completed by 2035, and it will be the world's largest and most powerful Hadron Collider, which will be able to do so much more than what they're already doing at CERN. Now this is when I want to get into the Bible and conspiracy theories, right? Let's go back to the Bible in the book of Revelation. In Revelation 9, it talks about how in the final days, the bottomless pit, the abyss, will be opened up and demonic entities will come out into our world. Let me read it for you. Revelation 9. And the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star falling from heaven to earth, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. He opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and from the shaft rose smoke like the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened with the smoke from the shaft. It goes on and describes these demonic locusts who will come up from the abyss into our world and will torment the unrepentant of the world. And it says, they have as king over them the angel of the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek he is called Apollyon, which means destroyer. Now, I don't know if you know this, but at their headquarters, CERN has a 13-foot bronze statue of the pagan Hindu god Shiva, and he's doing what's called the cosmic dance of creation and destruction. Now, in Hinduism, Shiva is known as the Destroyer. That's literally his name, Shiva the Destroyer. So again, this is an organization who is messing with things we don't understand. They're trying to recreate the Big Bang. They're trying to open up doors to other dimensions. And they have a statue of the Destroyer at their facility. And Revelation 9 says the angel who will open the bottomless pit is called the Destroyer. That's a pretty interesting parallel, especially since we know from the Bible that the spirits behind these pagan gods, like Shiva, are actually demons, which it says in 1 Corinthians 10, 20 through 22, and a few other places in the Old Testament as well. And there's also some creepy occult connections with CERN and the Shiva statue, starting with this very weird video that surfaced in 2016, which shows an occult ritual being done in front of the statue of Shiva at the CERN facility. All these guys in robes doing this weird ritual culminating in a human sacrifice. Now, the only people that can actually get on the grounds of CERN are the people who work there, are the scientists. And this video was on the news and everything, and there was no investigation done concerning this. CERN pretty much just came out and said, hey guys, it was just a prank. Some of our guys, they got a little rowdy. They thought it'd be funny to dress up and pretend they were doing a satanic ritual. You know, it was just a prank. Now, maybe it was just a prank, but honestly, just ask yourself, why would they do this? Like, they're supposed to be prestigious scientists. I mean, they're making some of the biggest technological advancements in human history, trying to recreate the Big Bang, open doors to other dimensions, unlock the secrets of the universe, unlimited energy. They're messing with dark matter, which I haven't even talked about. They're messing with dark matter over there. And they're running around a Shiva statue, wearing robes, pretending to do an occult ritual. Like, it doesn't sit right with me, and it shouldn't sit right with you. And CERN has done so many weird things like this. There's actually a movie that's filmed in the CERN facility called Symmetry, and it's a very strange dance opera movie where you can see scientists in front of the Large Hadron Collider doing this ritualistic dance. You see a guy in the desert in a circle dancing with this creepy guy in black walking around him. There's like a strange orgy type scene where everyone's naked. And they even show the collider fail and an explosion happens, everyone's being sucked in. Like, what is this? It's very disturbing. And you know, a lot of people have already heard a lot of this stuff, have already heard a lot of these conspiracy theories about, oh my gosh, they're gonna open a portal to hell at CERN. There's even been news articles making fun of it. There's been fact checkers that have had to come out and say, hey guys, fact check, scientists at CERN are not opening a portal to hell. I do like this guy's comment on Reddit though. We are definitely not opening a portal to hell, says the definite bad guy in every movie/game ever. Which is funny because, you know, I grew up playing Doom 3, and the plot of Doom 3 is that the largest scientific research corporation in the world are messing with portals and teleportation, and they open up a portal to hell, demons start coming into our reality.
I was part of this. I helped them. The madness of opening to another dimension. Look, we don't have much time. We let it through. The evil.
And it's even shown that the head scientist in charge of all this, he was a Satanist, he's evil, he's working with the forces of darkness to open this portal and bring the forces of hell into our realm. It's like the same exact plot as what could possibly be happening at CERN. I know a lot of people in this generation have grown up watching Stranger Things. Now, I have not watched Stranger Things, but it's one of the biggest shows in the world. And do you know what it's about? It's about a group of scientists in a scientific research facility opening up a portal to another dimension called the Upside Down, which is essentially hell. And again, these demonic entities start to manifest in our reality. And this is shown to us a lot in fiction, which, you know, you gotta watch what they do in the movies because it always happens in real life. The robots, the AI. They had movies about robots and AI before robots and AI were even a thing, and now it's coming into reality. You know, if you've ever watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., great show. There's an episode called Repairs where there's these scientists working on a particle accelerator, literally what CERN is doing, a particle accelerator, and one of the scientists sabotage it. It causes like a tear in reality where he gets stuck in between Earth and hell. In the movie Cloverfield Paradox, again, they're working on a large hadron collider, just like CERN is doing, and what happens? It causes a tear in reality where all these dimensions start colliding in on each other. Monsters begin manifesting into reality. I mean, how many multiverse movies have we seen in the past decade where portals to other dimensions and realms are opening up? It's almost like we're being prepared to accept this when it does happen. Anyway, I know that's a lot. I've just been wanting to make this video for a while, talking about some of this stuff. I do think it's worth talking about. I could be wrong about everything. Again, there is a lot of conspiracy around this stuff, but we should at least be aware of what's happening and how a lot of these scientists, you know, they're trying to play God. You know, you can listen to some of these scientists talk and you can see that they are antichrists. They hate God. They hate Jesus. They speak against him.
Science is really about transforming humans into gods. And I mean this in the most literal sense possible. We don't have to wait until Christ's second coming in order to overcome death. A couple of geeks in a laboratory can do it. Divinity is not far enough to describe what we are trying to do. We are much better than the God of the Bible. We can make God as angry as we like. I mean, he can stop the rains. We don't care. We still have water because science has managed to go way beyond the expectations of the ancient Hebrews.
You have a lovely passage where you say, looking at the world today, God seems to be making a comeback, but this is a mirage. God is dead. It just takes a while to get rid of the body.
People have speculated that there is an entity that has a plan for your life. And in the U.S. anyway, we use the English word God for this guy. And if that's true, there's a lot of loose ends. Intelligent design is, as the saying goes, dumb.
The God of the Old Testament is arguably the most unpleasant character in all fiction. Jealous and proud of it, a petty, unjust, unforgiving control freak, a vindictive, bloodthirsty ethnic cleanser, a misogynistic, homophobic, racist, infanticidal, genocidal, filicidal, pestilential, megalomaniacal, sadomasochistic, capriciously malevolent bully.
So that's what you think of God?
Yeah. I very sincerely hope nobody does get their morals from the Bible, that Jesus is the Son of God who is redeeming humanity from original sin. The idea that we are born in sin, and the only way we can be redeemed from sin is through the death of Jesus. I mean, that's a horrible idea.
It really is the most poetic thing I know about physics. You are all stardust. So forget Jesus. The stars died so that you could be here today, okay?
Christianity has fought, still fights, and will continue to fight science to the desperate end over evolution, because evolution destroys utterly and finally the very reason Jesus' earthly life was supposedly made necessary. Destroy Adam and Eve and the original sin, and in the rubble you will find the sorry remains of the Son of God. We no longer feel ourselves to be guests in someone else's home and therefore obliged to make our behavior conform with a set of pre-existing cosmic rules. It's our creation now. We make the rules. We are responsible to nothing outside of ourselves, where we are the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever.
Wow, well, that's blasphemous.
Anyway, remember that God is sovereign over all things. He knows everything that's happening in the world, everything that will happen. He's in control of it all. He allows certain things to happen, and he will work out everything in accordance with his will. We don't know what's going to happen except that which has been revealed to us in his word, which I recently just did 2 videos about the end times if you want to learn about some of the things that Scripture does say will happen before Jesus returns. So watch those if you're interested in that. If you want to keep up with my content, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm a lot more active on there. And since on here I can only post videos, you're only going to see videos. You're not going to see my other things that I have to say. But yeah, I want to keep on making more and more content. Soon I really want to share my personal testimony of how I came to Christ, how Jesus saved me, how God took me from where I was to where I am now. So stay tuned for that and pray for me that I'll be able to do that, that I'll be able to continue making videos and music and everything. And yeah, peace out.